Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo.
And my name is Cole 2K. But you can call me Cole 2 Belts.
Gold 2K.
Gold 2K?
Yeah. Well, hopefully I will have one of those belts back because today it's time for predictions. WWE Money in the Bank Los Angeles is this Saturday, June the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern at the Intuit Dome, which is a really cool new arena. The last time we saw them there was the Raw debut of Netflix on Netflix. Had all those like cool lights and the chairs and the stands and everything like that. So I'm hoping for a pretty cool setup for the show. That being said, not a lot of hype going into this show.
No.
It kind of feels like, you know?
There's no world title matches.
Yeah, both of the world titles are in a tag match. There's no tag titles.
There's one singles title, which is a women's mid-card title.
Women's mid-card title, yeah. Why aren't the women's main It's so weird. The state of the company right now is just so chaotic. It's so random. But we will get into that. But let's kick things off. So we're going to do things slightly differently because as of this recording, there is only 4 matches on the card.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there may be a 5th one. We don't really know. If I had to guess, it might be Priest versus Jacob for the United States title, but it does. We don't know. We're recording this on Thursday before SmackDown. So if there is a 5th match announced after SmackDown, Cole and I will do a quick powwow, a quick predictions meeting, and we'll do it for 1 point. So there won't be any confidence points.
Yep.
However, because there's only 4 matches, to eliminate the possibility that there could be a tie, and just to give more content for us, because good lord, 4 matches is a short show. Each match, so there is 2 regular matches and 2 Money in the Bank matches. On the 2 regular matches, we are going to have 2 bonus point questions, each of which will be a question that is asked by one of us. We're each going to have our own bonus question to put to the other person. We have not discussed what these questions are in advance, so they are going to be a surprise for us, and we're going to be sort of writing down our answers here, right, live on the show. For the Money in the Bank matches, there are going to be 4 bonus points awarded for each Money in the Bank match. So each of us is going to put out 2 questions for the Money in the Bank matches. So a lot of little things going on here. You'll get the gist once we get started. So let's get started. We're going to start off with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Logan Paul and John Cena. Let's do our winner prediction first. Or should we do the bonus questions and like everything at the same time? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do the match and then the bonus questions
at the same time. Okay.
For that match.
Cool. Gotcha.
At the same time.
So let's see. All right, so we're going to do the winner first with our point. Confidence point included. Oh, God. The back's already hurting. Not a good sign.
I don't like the color of this one. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we differ already. Holy schmoogles.
You went 2.
Yeah. Okay. Holy schmoogles. All right. And now we're going to do our bonus points. So I'm going to get you to flip that coin.
All right.
To see who issues their bonus question first. Or I guess it doesn't matter because we're going to do both the questions at the same time, right? Or do you want to do them separately?
Alternate.
Okay. So let's do heads or tails. So
call it
heads.
It is heads.
Jeez. Okay. So I get to pick the first question, and then you guys pick the second question. Okay. So the first bonus question will be: I'm gonna go with will there be any outside interference in the match? Will there be any outside interference? And by just to formulate the rules, outside interference includes anyone who's not in the match having an effect on the match itself. Okay, not including the referee. Not including the referee.
So Logan is known for having people jump the barricade and hand him knuckles.
That would count.
That counts as interference.
That would count. Yeah.
Even though he does not lay a hand or anything on.
He has affected the outcome of the match. He has affected the match by interfering.
All right.
So it's a simple yes or no for this. Are we both doing them or just?
Oh yeah, we're both doing them.
We're both doing them. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're over here.
Okay. And each bonus question is worth 1 point, just so we're clear. He's changing his color, ladies and gentlemen.
I am.
Because he doesn't like that one.
I don't. And that one's
There's
empty.
like a giant mosquito that's on my window outside. It's huge, though. Mosquitoes are scary, man. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we differ again. Wow. I love it. I love when we differ. That's great. All right, you're recording these two?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And once you're done, you're going to give us your bonus question for the match.
Ooh. Let's see my list.
Yeah, I came up with 2 for the regular matches, and then I came up with 4 for the Money in the Bank matches, so that I had some extras in case we duplicated. Because I'm sure we duplicated some of these.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
All right. Who executes the first finishing move?
Oh.
And by finishing move, specifically, Cena with the AA.
Okay.
Cody with the Crossroads.
Okay.
Jay with a Splash.
Okay.
And Logan with the Pulverizer.
That's a good one. I like this one. I like this one. Okay.
Like you, I tried to think a little bit outside the box.
Yeah. You might have thought more outside the box than me. You might be the more creative of the two. I am good when you are. He came up with the question. He hasn't thought about the answer. I love it.
I didn't think about the answer. I just thought the question.
I love it. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we differ again. I love it. I love it. Okay. I'll let you get those down, and then we'll talk about the match. What do you think? Big props for Colby and the statistician.
All right.
So we've got the unlikely duo of Cena and Logan Paul against Cody and Jay. A lot of rumor and speculation was that it was going to be Cena and Travis Scott versus Cody and Jay, but we do not have a Travis Scott. Hopefully that is a good sign that he's just not going to wrestle.
Yeah, hopefully that's what that means.
But I still think there's a fair possibility that we get screwed over and he shows up at SummerSlam, or I don't know, who knows. But that would suck, because then that would be, as you pointed out on a previous show, that would be multiple shows where Cena does not defend his title.
Well, I think I know who it wouldn't be at SummerSlam. R-Truth.
Very true. Too soon? Could be too soon.
Could be.
Could be. Who knows? Yeah. So the build up to the match is very short. It started at last
Saturday
week on
Night's main
SmackDown?
event?
Oh, Saturday Night's main event. Yeah.
When John Cena said that he would be watching Jey Uso's match.
That's right. Yeah, that was weird. That felt so random.
It did.
The backstage segment didn't feel random, but him interfering in it felt random. It was like, why did he do that?
I mean, it basically just telegraphed what was going to happen.
Yeah, he did.
Gave away what was going to happen.
Yeah, they should have not had the backstage segment. Yeah. Very weird. I mean, the match will probably be pretty entertaining. I don't know what the purpose of it is. Like, where is this leading? Because we've already had Cena and Cody. We know we're going to get Cena and Cody again, and we've already had Logan and Jay. So are we really going to get Logan and Jay again? I hope not.
I mean, the next one after this is Night of Champions, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. So
are we going to get Logan and Jay at Night of Champions? Saudi does love Logan Paul getting championship matches. That's where he went up against Roman.
I would prefer it if that's where Travis Scott ends up being. Because then I don't care. He shows up at SummerSlam, then I'm like, fuck. But if he shows up at Night of Champions, it's like, well, whatever. It's a Saudi show. Who gives a shit? But yeah, if it's Night of Champions, then I assume, I guess that makes the most sense that we're gonna get Logan and it depends because we've got Jay and Gunther on Monday.
Yeah, we do have Jay and Gunther Monday. Yeah,
that and that's what I'm saying. I think that telegraphs Gunther's not winning that.
You would think.
That's my thought right now. Is it just doesn't make any sense. Because then what are you going to do? You're going to do Gunther versus Logan Paul? Like that doesn't make much sense for a Saudi show. They would. I mean,
you had Gunther and Logan interact in the ring either 1 week or 2 weeks.
That was weird, having the two heels in there. That was strange.
It was.
What's the Saudi king want? You would think he would want Jay versus Logan. The Yeet versus, the big Logan Paul. I don't know. It's so strange. It feels so corporate right now. I hate the main event scene right now. It's so weird. But yeah, I went with Logan and Cena. I just think, I think Jay losing. I mean, you could probably say the same thing for if Cody and Jay win, but like either way, it doesn't hurt anyone whoever loses this match because they're not losing a title.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm thinking Logan is the one that's going to be pinned.
Okay,
because he can.
So that was my other bonus question was going to be who pinned who. Yeah,
my other one I wrote was who gets the final entrance.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah.
I think I must have blew my creative wad on the one that I gave on the question that I gave.
yeah. I if I had to guess, I would say Logan pins Jay, which then in turn leads to their rematch when Jay ultimately overcomes Gunther again.
I mean, I can see that, but I don't want Gunther losing to Jay again.
I mean, I don't either, but I just don't see Gunther winning that match, man. I hope he does, but I just don't see it. It's a random Raw. Like, it's so weird. You're going to have Jay's title reign end on Raw? Really? Okay. I mean, they do weird stuff lately, so it's certainly possible. I just don't understand what the purpose of that would be. I always thought, I genuinely thought that it was going to be Gunther and Jay at Night of Champions, but apparently not. So yeah, it's really 50-50 who wins this. I'm just wondering what they do with it. That's all I'm really wondering.
Yeah, I mean, there's no stakes. You've got both world champions. I don't know. I won't yet.
Ooh,
Just because I don't know if it has anything to do with a question for the men's Money in the Bank match.
Fair. Yeah. This is probably the only match that has a question mark above it significantly, you know? I think all the other ones you can kind of like narrow down the winner pretty easily, or at least to like 2 or 3 in the Money in the Bank matches. But like this one, it's like, does it matter who loses? I don't know.
I mean, I just don't see Cody being pinned.
No, I don't
or losing at all, and I don't really see Jay losing or being pinned at all.
Yeah. All right, I have nothing left to say on this one.
Me neither.
I don't know if you do.
No.
Right. Yeah, it's a shame. Do you think this will be the main event, or do you think this will open the show? I put this as the first match because I think it's going to open the show. I think the men's ladder match is going to be last. You know what? It might not open the show. They might separate the women's or the Money in the Bank matches. They might have one Money in the Bank to start the show, and this might be in the middle somewhere.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb. Hot take. The women's Money in the Bank is going to main event.
I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with that.
With the people that are in it, I absolutely would too.
The only problem or the only thing I would say that's against that possibility is I feel like they would advertise that. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, the women are once again main eventing a PLE, because that doesn't happen very much.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, let's get on to the second match, which is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Let's do our prediction.
We're sticking with the orange.
Whoops. Didn't leave myself enough room. Writing too big. And what was my points on this one? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. We agree,
for 2 and Becky for 4.
Significantly different on the points. All right. All right, and then when you're ready, do another coin flip.
All right.
You call it this time.
All right, I'm going to call tails.
Okay.
And it's heads.
So my luck is with the coin toss, is not the wheel. Okay.
Yes.
So my bonus question for this match will be... No, this one will have to be not subjective, but we'll have to agree on the outcome of this one.
Okay.
Because it's not subjective, I don't think, but I think we'll have to kind of gauge the answer to this question. But the question is, who will the crowd ultimately side with or cheer for more, Becky or Lyra? Ooh.
It's in LA.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good too. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we agree. All right. Yeah, I think this might be the point at which she gets her due. All right. And
Lyra. Okay. Let's see.
Question number 2. From Cole Two Belts. Dante is here. He is he's staring out the window. He's on patrol.
All right, I'll do this one. Kind of a...
He's on patrol live, yeah.
It'll be a good lead-in for discussion. Do we see a return and involvement by Bayley?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Bailey Humphrey?
Any Bayley.
If Bailey Humphrey showed up in this match,
oof,
that'd be something.
That would be something.
Right. 3, 2, 1. All right. We agree on the bonus points. We have nulled the bonuses for this match.
Yep.
All right. All right. So the build to this match, I would say, is one of the better feuds.
Yes.
One of the better storylines. You know, there's not a whole lot of storylines going on in general right now in the company, but this is definitely one of the. I would say it's the best one, and it's really bringing Lyra up very, very.
It really is
steadily.
The crowd is slowly coming around to her.
Yeah.
But they are nonetheless.
And what better way to capitalize on that newfound popularity, but by screwing her over and Becky wins that title?
That's right.
Yeah. It's such a WWE thing to do. You know, I just feel like at this point, if Becky doesn't win, it's like
yeah,
what? Her credibility just goes out the window at this point. She keeps losing. You know,
I mean, to me, it would have made more sense for Becky to win it. Was it Saturday night's main event? They won it against each other.
I think so. Yeah.
For Becky to win that, and then Lyra to get it back. Whether it's this weekend or whether it's not at Champions.
Or maybe they face off at Evolution again.
Oh yeah, Evolution.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for Lyra to win again. I mean, that would have to end the story, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
It would have to.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I would be okay with Becky losing. I would. I like surprises, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Becky's going to finally take it from her, and what they do afterwards with these two, I don't know. That's the problem that I have is what do they do?
I mean, Becky could cheat, underhanded tactics, weapon, whatever, and win. And then
that was my other bonus question: was will the winner win cleanly?
I'm good with this.
Yes, you are.
Mine was, will the match end by pinfall or submission? That was my other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see Lyra tapping. I think it'll be a pin.
To the manhandle slam?
Yeah, or like a dirty pin.
Yeah, dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't see Becky losing and the story being over yet.
No, it's time for her to take that title.
Yep.
All right. Anything else we want to say about this before we move on?
Not really. I go Lyra though.
Yeah. We'll be cheering for her.
I mean, I liked her ring work. I liked her look. I liked her gear. Everything. She just didn't strike me as someone to get behind because she wasn't really great on the mic and just didn't have much character. But now she does.
Yeah, I mean, she's improving for sure.
Yep.
Becky's done really well too. I don't normally like Becky. I think she's usually a little spastic.
She's not going for the cheap lines to get a pop, to get a good reaction for her. She's trying to be a heel more. I just wish that they would Give her a different theme.
Yeah, that desperately needs to happen for her to be a heel.
Especially if she's going to stay a heel.
Yeah.
She needs some different theme.
Yeah, I cannot believe that she's still using that theme. It's bonkers. Just bonkers. All right. Let's move on to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Stephanie Vakir versus Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Giulia Julia. Oh, I've gone back and forth on this one. Doo-da. But I'm probably going with the answer that people will disagree with. Oh, doo-da day. And I'm probably going to regret it.
I probably will regret mine, but
if ours are the same, that would be hilarious. I don't think they will be. I think mine's.
I don't think they will be. But...
Yeah, I think mine's kind of out there. All right, this should be interesting. 3, 2, 1. Okay. We are both very not confident, which is not a surprise.
Okay,
we got that. Right, do your coin flip.
This will be your turn to call.
Tails.
Tails it is.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right, I got two good ones, and then I got two ones. I'm gonna go with one of my two good ones here. Okay. Assuming she does it, who does Stephanie Vakir do the Devil's Kiss to first? Assuming she uses it, who does Stephanie do the Devil's Kiss to first? If she only does it to one person, obviously that counts as first. What do you think of that?
You really want to know?
Yeah. What do you think of that question?
That was one of my questions.
I knew it. I knew it.
That's why I gave you that look. That's why I gave you that look.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Wow. Okay. Well, we have similar brains, as has been proven many a time on this show.
Wow.
Had a 1 in 5 chance of getting the same person, and somehow came out with the exact same person. So that question is nulled.
A 1 in 4 chance, because she can't do it to herself.
There's 5 others.
Oh yeah, there are.
Well, yeah, 1 in 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
what's yours, sir? Your first one, I should say. So we got 4 to do for this.
Who pulls a ladder from under the ring first?
Ooh. That's a good one. All right. Got mine. You know what really sucks about these prop bets is that I have to pay attention to all this shit, while we're watching. I'm really good. So normally I have my laptop out anyway, so I just have to be paying attention to these specific things. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we differ. All right. Good. All right, so we're back to me. Okay, I know. Ooh, oh, maybe I'll. Hmm. Okay. Um. Do we get an appearance from Nikki Cross?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Do we get an appearance or interference from Nikki Cross? All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. It was my question, so I had to go for it. I had to say it.
Okay.
We'll talk more about it once we get to
All right.
right. And then last bonus question. No one picking Gulia.
Who will be the first person to touch the briefcase?
That was my other question.
Wow.
Okay. Who's the first
I can
person
read
to
your
touch?
mind.
Yeah, it's scary. Oh man. Who's gonna touch the briefcase first? I have it between two people. I just don't know. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Who do you got? Gulia?
Gulia.
Gulia. All right. I'll let you record that and then we'll start talking about it.
Go for it.
All right. So, I think most people would consider this one the most unpredictable match of the night in terms of who can win this. So let's look at them. Let's compartmentalize this a little bit, right? We got Stephanie Vaquer, and you went with Stephanie, right?
I went with Stephanie.
So she's on fire right now. Obviously, she was the first ever woman in NXT to hold both women's titles at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes. Hold and defend.
Hold and defend.
Mandy Rose got her pennies in a bunch because she beat the NXT UK champion, whoever that was.
Which they don't recognize the UK title anymore.
Well, they immediately just merged them into just the one NXT championship.
Oh, okay. So it's part of the legacy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then she kicked ass in NXT and then basically immediately has gone up to the main roster. Like she's got a rocket strapped to her.
Yeah, she lost the title on a Tuesday and was next Monday. Well,
yeah.
3 days ago Monday was when she had her first match.
Yeah, she's just.
Yep, and the crowd just absolutely popped for her.
Yeah, she's huge. So it makes total sense for her to win the briefcase. But I'll get to my butt in a bit. Let's look at Alexa Bliss. I don't see her winning.
No, I don't.
Doesn't make any sense to me to put Alexa Bliss in the title scene. But we know that they've teased over and over and over again her mixing it up with the Wyatt Six. So that's why I put Nikki. I do think Nikki Cross is going to be in this match. I think that's how they're going to do. They're finally going to introduce them to each other. Nikki Cross is going to show up. Maybe Alexa's at the top of the ladder, ready to grab the briefcase. The lights go out, lights come back on, and Nikki's at the top of the ladder with her and knocks her off. Something like that. I think that'd be cool. I would like that. That would be a good way of starting that craziness, you know. But I can also see them saving that for like, you know, next SmackDown. You know, I can also see that. So that's why I wasn't super confident in that, but I think it's a possibility. It would make sense. It'd be cool. Roxanne Perez. So she is who I picked. I think the chances are pretty low, but the reason that I picked her is because she's in this angle right now in Judgment Day where she's kind of like worming her way into Judgment Day and Liv's not liking it and all this kind of stuff. What better way to make her more of a threat to Liv than holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, something that Liv's held before. I think that would just make her that much more valuable to Judgment Day and that much more of a threat to Liv. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I just that seems to make sense, you know, from my point of view to do that for her. Plus, she seems to be maybe the least likely to win. I don't hear anyone talking about her winning.
I mean, least likely, I would say Alexa.
Sure. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Roxanne, maybe.
Yeah. And we'll get into the other three here.
Yeah.
Naomi seems to be the favorite among the people that I've spoken to. It would make sense to give her the briefcase. I think she's a heel and she could use it very well. You know, it could be a long drawn out thing where she's always threatening to put in the briefcase. Who is the SmackDown champion right now?
Tiffany.
Heel and a babyface. You know, it could make sense. But you would think that she would hold it until like Bianca gets it though, or something like that. You know. So I don't know.
According to who is this? Naomi is kind of the
favorite.
Favorite, yeah. Followed by someone else that we haven't covered yet.
Well, let's get on to the next person, which is Rhea Ripley.
That would be the next person.
I just don't see her winning. She doesn't need it.
She absolutely does not need it.
Yeah, I would be very disappointed if she got the briefcase. What does Rhea Ripley need it for? She could beat the shit out of literally anyone. She doesn't need the briefcase. You know?
I mean, it's like Charlotte. She doesn't need a reason to get a title shot.
No, she didn't need to win Royal Rumble. You know, not Rhea, Charlotte.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be very disappointed. I think it would be a waste of a briefcase. Like I said, I think we talked about it on one of our previous shows, but it's like people want the briefcase winner to be an underdog. They don't want someone who's established to carry the briefcase around.
And I mean, there's 3 that are completely unestablished on the main roster. You know, Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is like the best lineup for a Money in the Bank that they've had in a long time, I think.
Yeah. Last year's was pretty good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good one. A lot of new blood. I like it. So as long as one of the 3 new blood wins it, I'll be pretty happy. But then we've got Gulia, who, in my estimation, seems to be flying under the radar a little bit.
She is. I mean, even towards the end of her NXT run, she kind of did too. She was overshadowed by Stephanie.
Yeah, I think. So, which show is Stephanie on?
Stephanie's on Raw,
and Gulia's on SmackDown.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
keep them away from each other. They don't need to be next to each other, so that's good at least.
I mean, they will be linked. They will always be linked because they arrived at the same time in NXT, and they arrived basically at the same time on the main roster. You know,
yeah,
so
I can see that as a future main event.
Yeah, so it's like Charlotte and Becky, or Bayley and Sasha type deal.
Yeah,
like a rivalry like that.
Absolutely. but I don't see her winning because she's just been a dark horse, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. But it should be a great match, though. There's some talent in this freaking match, man.
There's going to be some good stuff going on in this match.
Going to be hard to beat last year's.
It will be hard to beat last year.
A match of the year contender last year, so should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing.
I expect
how
nothing
this match
less
turns out.
in this one.
Yeah, it should be great. I would love to imagine if Stephanie does the Devil's Kiss like on the ladder.
I was picturing how could something like that happen?
She'd like break her knees, smash.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like for a question like what kind of a move could they do, but hold or something like that to stick someone to get someone stuck on the ladder like they did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I feel like we're guaranteed to see the Devil's Kiss on the ladder. I just gotta be right.
Something between two ladders. I don't know.
Yeah. Should be great.
Yep.
Could be match of the night. Match of the night.
I mean, if I found out it was the main event, I would not be disappointed at all. That would just make me look forward to it that much more.
For sure. All right. Anything else to say about it before we go on to the final match?
I hope it's okay if I'm wrong. I just hope Rhea doesn't win.
Yeah, that's my only gripe too.
There's no possibility of a cash-in on the same night. There's no way.
If it's the main event.
How would...
Oh, because they're not in a match.
Because they're not in a match. There's no Tiffany and there's no... who's the other champion?
Io and Tiffany.
Yeah, Io. Yeah, where's Io's not going to be there, presumably.
Yeah.
And neither is Tiffany, so there won't be a cash-in.
Yeah, that's fair. So we're gonna walk away with two. Well, not necessarily two. There could be a men's cash in on the same night. It depends on what order these matches are in.
Yeah, men's would have to go presumably first, but definitely before the tag match.
Yes, definitely before. Yeah. All right, that leaves us with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got L.A. Knight. Yeah. Versus Penta, versus Andrade, versus Solo, versus Seth, versus El Grande Americano. All right, let's go with our predictions here.
I wish Chad Gable was in this match, but he's going to be in the Worlds Collide earlier in the day.
Yeah, it's really too bad.
That is way too bad. Who do I...
I'll be glad when this gimmick gets finished. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Well, that seems about right. Oh, that's null and void. All right. Do your old coin flip. Actually, you know what? You go first.
Nah, me go first. You're just going to give that one to me.
I'm just going to give that to you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't want to dominate number one.
All right.
Even if it's by chance.
Does anybody jump from the very top of a ladder? It has to be from the very top.
2 feet on the top of the ladder. Okay.
I wonder if I'm going to see any of these questions on another prediction forum.
Three, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. So that's 2 null and voids. Okay. Here's my first question. Will Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed get involved in the match? Will Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed get involved in the match?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. We differ there.
For the sake of differing, I said no.
Okay. And final question of the evening.
All right.
Ghost at call.
No, my final question of the evening, not the final question.
Was another final question?
Your final question. I went first this time.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Duh.
Duh. Sorry, I got so used to being first.
Yeah. Who is the first person to go through the ladder or go through a ladder? That
Qualifier.
Can be if he gets put through a ladder, if he's, laying on top of the ladder and gets put through it, that's the person. Or if someone, say, Penta jumps, let's say Americano is laying on the ladder, Penta jumps, Americano moves, and Penta goes through it, missing Americano, he's the one that goes through it.
Does the ladder have to break?
The ladder has to break.
Okay.
The
bend thing.
The bend.
Or, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm good. He's still thinking.
Hey, all I do is think of questions. Got to answer them in the moment.
Absolutely. All right. 3, 2, 1. Didn't think of that answer. Didn't think of that answer, did you?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I could be wrong on this, but I think they've been slowly moving away from the ladders actually breaking. I think more often than not, they're just real and they just bounce off of them. So I'm saying nobody.
Okay.
Gets nobody breaks a ladder. Final question. Okay. Will anyone attempt to unmask Americano? Will anyone attempt to unmask Americano?
Just Americano?
Yes. Will anyone attempt to unmask Americano himself?
Not Penta?
Yeah. Not Penta.
Not Penta.
Americano.
Okay.
Yeah.
My other question was, I want to say it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Will any mask be removed during the match?
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Of course.
Yeah. I think Penta's going to attempt to unmask him while he's in there. Or maybe even Seth. Maybe Seth gets pissed off and tries to unmask him. Who knows? Or Solo. Solo could do it too.
Yeah.
All right. I could put the markers down now.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk about this match. Let's do the same thing we did with the women's match. Let's look at these guys individually and what we think the chances are of them winning. So LA Knight, yeah,
No.
I think there's a chance that they could do it and have him hold on to it for a while. I just think it's a pretty low chance. But I do think it's possible.
I mean, if he doesn't, what's next for him? I mean, that's our big question that we ask every time, right? What's next if he doesn't? What's next if they don't
don't
win?
know, man. I keep wondering about the draft. Like, are they just not doing it?
Right.
Because it was supposed to be towards the end of May, and now we're into to June and Money in the Bank. So is it going to be like right after Money in the Bank? Maybe like, they haven't touched it. I'm like, LA Knight needs to go to Raw. Like he's drained the life out of SmackDown. He needs to move. So if he does lose, my hope is that he gets moved to Raw.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he should go to Raw.
Yeah, there's just so much more new stuff for him to do over there.
New people,
new feuds, Judgment Day. I mean, just tons of stuff over there. All right, Penta. No,
I could see it just because the way they've pushed him.
Yeah,
I'm just afraid that after this, they're gonna, or whenever they do the roster shuffling, that they'll just put him in the tag with Phoenix.
It's got to be what's happening, right?
I hope not.
As hot as Penta's been, and as big of a moneymaker as he is for them, I just don't see him as the cover star for their championship. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see him as world title material.
I mean, he could easily be U.S. or IC title.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I just don't want him to go to be a tag team yet. They built him up as a great singles star.
Yep.
I just got a lot of legs left on him as a single star before they
agreed
tag him up.
Yeah, I just don't think I can't picture him walking around with a briefcase.
No,
it's not in his character. Andrade, no, there's no way.
No,
0% chance.
But it's like
he's in here because he's like a high flyer type guy. He's going to do some exciting stuff.
He could be the Austin Theory that won.
Oh God,
that's how he would be. Like,
what a shocker if he won.
Yeah, it's like what the hell is he doing with the briefcase?
Yeah,
he's like the least that I could see winning.
Absolutely the least, 100%. Solo Sikoa. So he was actually my second choice when I was going back and forth on this one. Seth, everything's just building towards Seth, so that's kind of, it just makes sense story-wise. I don't want him to win, but I'd love to see Solo win. I think that'd be really cool.
Something needs to happen with the bloodline. It can't just be dead.
Yeah, they're kind of just floating still. Like, it's weird. With Tama Tonga and Tongaloa out, Solo's just kind of like Jacob's backup, but he's also got that JC Mateo.
Yep.
And they're not really doing anything with either of them. It's weird. They teased this thing of like Jacob being, upset that Solo brought in JC Mateo, and then they haven't really done anything with it. It's weird.
I mean, they had a tag match, but
yeah. I
mean,
they just I don't know.
JC Mateo beat R-Truth out of the company.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah,
it's a fair choice. They did a trade.
I mean,
Jeff Cobb for Truth.
Could we maybe actually, as you were talking about Tongaloa and Tama Tonga, I was looking up what their injury status was to see if they may make a return. Yep, and help.
That'd be cool.
And try to help sell. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'd be down with that.
Sure. Definitely add something back into to that bloodline story.
Yeah. The story's non-existent basically right now.
Yeah.
Seth, as I mentioned, just it makes the most sense, even though it just is the most boring.
For every reason that I didn't pick Rhea, I picked Seth.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like he doesn't need it. It's
just the most obvious.
It just sucks.
It does.
I hope I hope that I'm wrong, but it just seems so unlikely.
Yeah.
But I can see a world where somebody screws him over. You know, like maybe Bronson Reed and
Punk.
Braun Breaker do come in and they try to help him, and someone else comes out and stops him. And it just bulldozes him like Roman Reigns.
Sammy. Well, yeah, Roman.
Yeah, he's been gone, so he could come back, ruin Seth's day, and then they continue to feud. Who fucking knows, dude?
Or Sammy or Punk.
Sammy and Punk, yeah.
Maybe Bronson and Braun come down to get involved, and Punk and Sammy fight them off, and then that leaves Roman to be able to come
Roman
down
to
and
pick up the pieces. Oh,
Sure.
Now I want to switch my answer. Now I don't know if now I think that the obvious answer is the wrong one. Shit.
Yeah.
No, it's too late. This is why we do what we do, because we don't think of these
Give
things
us a
ahead
call,
of time.
Hunter. We can add to the creative team here.
Man, we fire your whole creative team. Just give us the keys. We'll be fine. And then we have El Grande Americano, which
I would love if he won.
It'd be so funny, but at the same time, I'm just so over this gimmick. It's so stupid. Chad Gable is such a prize, you know. Just let him be Chad Gable.
Chad Gable's
so
wrestling
good.
on Worlds Collide earlier in the day. He's doing
Yes, he
okay.
is. Yes, he is. He's not doing well enough. That man should be champion, or at least going after the championship.
He will be a champ. He is. He's going after the AAA Mega Championship. You know what would be funny? Not funny, because I don't want to wish or I don't want to make light of any injuries.
Oh no!
Chad Gable gets hurt. El Grande Americano fills in for him and beats Hijo de Vikingo to win the AAA Mega Championship, and he appears and wins the Money in the Bank.
Oh, that's so funny.
That way he can be that way he can carry the belt, carry the AAA Mega Championship inside the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Is Worlds Collide in Los Angeles as well?
Yes, it is.
I mean, that doesn't discount the idea that Vikingo could show up in the Money in the Bank match to interfere.
And I didn't even think of it. Stephanie is pulling double duty.
Oh, really?
Too. Yes, she is in a tag match with Lola Vice against two AAA women.
Wow.
Yep.
Why are they overusing Stephanie Vaquer? Like, what's going on with that? That's so weird.
She's the new hot commodity.
And maybe she's just like, send me as long as I get paid. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she is just like Mariah. That it was always her dream to be in WWE.
Yeah.
That she will not basically do anything, but I mean she will jump at any opportunity to look good in the company.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it seems like Solo and Seth are the front runners here. I don't. It's just Seth is such the obvious direction that they're going that I'm wondering if that's a swerve. You know how we'll know? We'll know if Seth is going to be the winner because if the men's match is first. Because they always put the less predictable shit out on the first match. They're like, all right, let's get that out there. People know what's going to happen.
And if they do anything that's Roman related, they would probably save that for last.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the last match, something's going to happen, right?
Yeah, something's going to happen,
so.
You would think.
Yeah. But I don't think so. I think this is going to go on first, and
so
Seth's
then
just going to win.
I mean, we can kind of talk about it with this one because the two champions are at the show. Can you see any of these winning and cashing in the same night?
No.
I don't see it either.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, we know Jay is facing Gunther on Monday. They're not going to fuck that up by having Seth or anyone else take the title from Jay, and then all of a sudden they have to face Gunther on Monday. It's just too chaotic. It's not good storytelling. So they wouldn't do that. And they're definitely not going to have
unless Americano wins, cashes in, and beats Jay. And then we get Americano against Gunther. And then Americano can unmask.
That would be so out of left field that I just,
He unmasks and surprise.
Oh.
To the shock of all of us. It would be Chad Gable. And Chad Gable can get his revenge for Gunther beating him. Wow.
Long-term storytelling.
Long-term booking. There we go.
I mean, I'd pay good money for that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
And Chad Gable could get his revenge on Gunther.
You know what I can see now that I'm thinking about it? If this match is on first, it would be interesting if Seth tried to cash in on like Cena and Roman did the return at that point in the main event.
Yeah.
And actually cost him the match. Unfortunately, that would make another briefcase stupid and pointless.
But would he cash in during the match or after the match? Because if he cashed in during the match, how does that? I mean, would it turn into a 5-man match?
Well, you know what makes actually more sense now that I think about it is if no matter who wins the match, Cena and Logan do a beatdown on Jay and Cody after the match, and they leave, and out comes Seth with his bullies, and then out comes Roman for the save.
Yeah,
that I can totally see. Yeah, because I feel like Roman's got to return at some point soon, right? He's been gone a little bit.
I mean, if he's going to be, assumingly, in Saudi for Night of Champions.
Then it's got to be soon. When is Night of Champions?
The end of June, I believe.
Yeah, what's the gap here? We should have it on our show schedule. Let's see. So there is
June 28th.
Only 3 weeks of television.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 3 weeks of television between those two. It's crazy. Yeah, I think that's probably the craziest thing I can think of, but at this point, I am bracing myself for an average Joe, run-of-the-mill, boring-ass show. My butt is puckered for a Seth win, a Rhea win, a Becky win, and who the hell cares with the tag match win, and nothing special happens. Like that's what I'm prepared for right now, because WWE's track record over the last several shows has just been so lackluster that it's like, what gives me any confidence that they're going to shock me or surprise me or make it a memorable show?
Our prop questions give me more interest in watching.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to watch, and the Money in the Bank matches will be excellent, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I just the outcomes scare me.
Women's.
I think both will be great. The women's one is kind of. I'm more confident that the men's match will be good than I am confident that the women's match is going to be good. For whatever reason, whenever we see the women in a ladder match, it's either great or a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And last year was both. Last year was a great clusterfuck.
It was a great clusterfuck.
Oh, loved it. Loved it. It was so good. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday. All right. Are we locked in?
Oh, we're locked in.
Locked in.
Belt's on the line.
It is on the line. Oh, I need that bad boy back. We were pretty different on our picks, I want to say. Not too many that we were the same on, so should be pretty different outcome.
Yeah. The differential will probably be pretty big.
Yeah, pretty significant. I like it.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. We will be back next week with the Money in the Bank results show. Until then, you can reach me on the socials at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I'm at Cole2K on the BlueSky and the X.
You can email us at co.up.podcasts@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us in the Co-op Club Discord community server. Link is in the description, where you can chat with me, with Cole, with Sim31, and many others, chatting about wrestling, chatting about games, all that good stuff. So come join us. Come chat.
Yep.
And do you have anything else that you want to say, Cole, sir, as we leave for the day?
That's all for this week's Climb to the Top. And just like the briefcase, my takes are always hanging way above your expectations. So until next time, hustle, loyalty, and respect. And remember, you can't see me. But if you try to grab this podcast off a ladder, make sure you don't drop it like a distracted Miz.